I need to know if my back is sway, bro.
No, you're good. Turn around.
It just looks like it looks like I'm just checking out my ass. Hello, welcome to Recall Debates, a show where we recall about all things Riftbound. I'm Nathan.
And I'm Sammy. Today we kind of have a weird episode. It's a bit early in the meta. We wanted to get our thoughts on the meta out, but we want to play it a bit more before we make our own Chungus opinions about how this weirdo set is playing.
I love that you just go in raw, bro.
Of course.
Nah.
But instead, what we figured we could do is we want to talk about looking ahead, perchance.
Yeah. Looking
at what could potentially be the world that it could be. So we wanted to look at stuff we want to see potentially added to the game.
Yeah, because I think we said before, but we're past the point of the game having to set up fundamentals, and we kind of want to look at new mechanics and archetypes. Mm-hmm. So it'd be quite fun to talk about. I think what could be fun is, I don't know if you've got it prepared, but I have like a top 5. We should do like a top 5 situation, because I know my top 5.
I don't.
So we just go back and forth like that. That's how,
yeah,
how
yeah,
that. Like in no particular order, we have like 3 to 5 points each.
Yep.
And just kind of just like yapping about what the game could be, and then see if we agree or disagree. By the way, sorry if we're slow. My brain is absolutely fried.
Oh yeah, welcome to you're reaching us from the hottest May in recorded history.
I think it's like 33 degrees today.
Yeah, if you're not in the UK, don't pull up. Don't pull up.
You should pull up because it's fucking like...
No, because the rest of Europe's like this, but the rest of Europe isn't fucking sweltering hot.
Yeah, but it's like, this is like fucking holiday Ibiza, like...
No, because those places have like a nice breeze coming in. It's like you're by the sea, you can just like relax and like it actually feels refreshing and nice.
Yeah.
This Chungus country, it's just a sauna. Like
it's just hot.
The air pressure, the way it works is just it like shoves all the cold air in, and there's no wind or anything to cool you down.
At least we sit in a card store all day for our lives.
Praying that they have aircon.
They do.
Praying.
Hopefully, yeah. But do you want to... what's it called? Do you want me to start or do you want to start?
Take it away.
I'll take it away. So, one of my key things I was thinking about is something to do with the fact that the game is very temporated. The game kind of rewards you for having specific playing cards at specific timings. But I thought what would be quite fun is to play around the idea of hand management. Like, I don't know how who would be specifically for, but the idea of like having specific cards in your hand for specific effects, like either the number or the card types.
Interesting. That sounds like a specific Legends mechanic.
Yeah. So like, I don't know like what champion or like what unit or like what who would have that type of ability, but I like the idea of like, let's say like
Twisted Fate would be probably the one.
Yeah. Like the idea of like if you have like a unit and a spell and a gear in your hand, it gets like a bonus effect when you like reveal it, or like I don't know.
If you have 5 cards in hand or 4 cards in hand, etc.
I don't know about the hand size thing, because there has been like examples in other TCGs where like hand sizing is like either too cancerous or too strong. Like it's very like dependent. I mean, like I think personally in Riftbound, I think a hand size mechanic would be like in terms of like having specific number of cards in hand would push either aggro or push like control. Like for example, can you imagine like a unit that like is a 2-cost 2 might with like I get +1 when I have like 1 or fewer cards in hand.
Oh, that sounds pretty good, actually.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, that's a way for, like, decks that are aggro and that they don't scale too well into the late game once they're out of juice to, like, get a bit of extra kick in.
Yeah.
I think we've seen something, like, slightly like that in Magic in Limited.
Yeah,
it's never that good, but it's, like,
we saw it, and, like,
fun.
From my experience, other TCGs have done this. I mean, like, from our Magic experience, I don't know if you remember, there was actually a bad deck that spawned from that idea. There was a card that, like, got better based on your opponent's hand size.
Oh.
It was in Kamigawa. It was a weird like creature. Sorry for going on Magic sad tangent, but it was like basically it said like if you had more cards in hand than your opponent, then the creature got like +2/+2 or something like that. So
you want something closer to that?
No, I want something away from that, because basically how that worked is when you played it, now your opponent is punished for playing cards, because now every time they play a card, unless it kills the creature is just better.
Hot take. I think that's a good design.
No.
I actually do.
Can you imagine in Riftbound?
Because if it's just stats, then fine.
Yeah, but stats actually matter in this game.
Yeah, like in Riftbound it kind of does. But in a way where it's like it would be a kind of interesting effect. Plus, it would be a really fun way to counteract all the like cancerous like 20 plus hand size decks like LeBlanc and Vex.
Yeah. Oh, true. Yeah.
It would be like, okay, you want to draw half your deck. Come, I have Exodia on board.
Yeah, actually, that'd be kind of cool. Like, can you imagine a card that like punished you for like?
Because in Riftbound we don't have max hand size, and that's like something that they really wanted to incorporate into the main mechanics. Is why the rune deck is only 12 runes. So I think a way to beat decks that just outdraw you is pretty fun.
But to be fair though, like how. Like, unless you're playing against, like, Ezreal or Vex, like, how many decks actually draw that many cards? Like, you have to make the requirements so, like, low. Because, like, what deck
It'd
actually...
be a cool sideboard card.
Yeah,
At least.
Like, the question is, who would, like... imagine a champ... What champ would do that, though? Like... who gets stronger?
Trundle, because Trundle in League of Legends, his ultimate steals your stats.
Oh, so like he steals.
He becomes stronger the stronger you are. Same with Mordekaiser.
Oh
Same with
Mordekaiser. You imagine like you have like a Trundle that's like, oh, when your opponent has 5 cards in hand, I have +3.
And then it would be lore accurate because it doesn't fucking matter if you have like a 3 mana 8 might. Your opponent has 15 cards in hand. You're gonna lose anyway.
Yeah. But I don't know. I feel like back to my original point of I think a hand management thing, the card type thing, I think could be pretty interesting. Mm-hmm. Like the idea of like mixing and matching, and then like trying to meet the requirement. I think that's like a nice little like. It might be a bit too jank depending on what like requirements are needed, but I think it'd be quite fun for like deck building specifically as well. Like I feel like as a designer, I feel it'd be quite fun to be like, okay, as a player, you should now consider having these cards in because it meets the requirement. Like you're getting a little bit of a push towards that. Sure. But, I don't know. I feel like the hand in Riftbound is something that hasn't been explored much yet. I feel like that'd be really cool to push out. What are you? What's your
My first idea was, and we've talked about this before in the podcast, so I'm going to start with an easy one, but provide some more thoughts. I want kind of stronger tribal decks, kind of like mechs, but I want them to be region specific. I know this is a bit jank.
Okay, carry on.
But I want something kind of like archetypes based on specific regions from Runeterra. Yeah. For example, the one I really want is the pirates from what's it called, from Bilgewater. I just want a pirate deck.
Okay, here's what I think. I think your idea is good. More tribal is a cool idea, but I think making it region lock makes no fucking sense.
I disagree.
No. The only reason why is unlike their previous TCG, Legends of Runeterra, the units aren't like tied. The regions aren't tied to colors.
Yeah,
you'll see like a Zorn unit in purple, yellow, stuff like that.
That is an annoying.
So then that's the issue. Is that like because the tribal has to be color specific at that point. Like
I feel like you can still pull it off. I feel like 90% of Bilgewater characters are in purple.
No, but
and like orange.
Yeah, there is some specifics, but I think it should be rather. It's just creating archetypes more around specific like clans and stuff like that. Like for example, the pirate thing, like having MF's crew, but they just make it orange purple, and they just add like a new tag like pirate.
Sure.
Would you want that? Because I feel like.
But I feel like if we do that, the risk kind of becomes too much like. Riftbound just does a Yu-Gi-Oh! Where they print the archetype for you and the deck is printed for you and you just play the deck that they quote-unquote built.
True, which is why, like, deep down I believe that this tribal thing doesn't work that much.
Yeah, because I'm not saying it's a hole-in-one. I'm just saying
to be fair, like, we saw Ivan. Ivan was, like, a tribal deck.
I think is cool, yeah.
They printed the deck for it. I think they just have to give it some more, like, flavor. Like, I feel like... Give it like a mechanic or something, like the pirate. I don't know what they would do. Like I feel like pirates are really good at attacking or ganking or something.
Yeah. Or,
Sneaky Deckhand and Purple MF.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
They go to battlefields really easy. So maybe have like an archetype that cares about battlefields.
Yeah. Or like maybe like something that cares about like its own mechanic. Like say there's this thing that steals cards from your opponent's deck or plays cards from your opponent's graveyard, like for Shadow Isles, something like that.
Yeah, but like I feel like what's it called? I feel like they would have to start introducing.
But I feel like the biggest problem with this is too much Yu-Gi-Oh. It's basically like there's these cards that were printed together and you're supposed to play them together. Yeah, and I don't like that.
I think personally, like tribal's a cool idea. I think tribal there should still be tribal mechanics.
Yeah.
Like I think like dragons and like the Ivan one is pretty good because it's like a wider range. And they had to, but they could still print them in the future, for example.
Yeah.
But they making it specific is just pretty harsh because now, like, how do you support that without just directly like you have to directly support the archetype, or do you just give it like a good card for a set that just has the tribe? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. But the thing, I think to counteract your point about specific colors and like regions specifically are like across all colors, I think it would be interesting to explore that design space because although we saw blue-red mechs with Rumble, we realized, hey, there are mechs in other colors.
Yeah.
There's Blitzcrank. He's a mech.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you could build a blue-green mech kind of thing.
No.
And
No,
don't
no,
get
no,
me
no,
wrong,
no,
it's
no, I know
jank,
where you're going
it's
with
shit.
this. I know.
Listen. What I'm trying to get to is, even if we have a deck that is like, it's only 2 colors, but it's missing some critical key pieces from other colors, I think it's still interesting that you can, as long as the main deck support is there, you can go into different colors.
You
with
could
different legends.
yeah. That's what I was alluding to earlier with the idea of having units when they go in the future sets or something. They'll have or previous sets. They'll have units that have the tag, but even in different colors or just aren't attached to the archetype. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what's gonna have to happen because like it's not like It's not like Ivan where the theme is so generic, it's just stats.
Yeah.
Because they can always just print like a new Poro or dog or cat that has like just stats on it. But like, for example, if let's say like if it was a pirate theme, like from Builderwater, for example, and they were like, if they were tied to a specific game plan, but then in the future they produce like a pirate, for example, that's like more tied to the set than the mechanic in the past. It's like a weird niche card. Do you see what I'm trying to say?
No, yeah.
Yeah, but I get your
don't
point.
get me
I
wrong.
get your point.
But we're always gonna have jank fucking commons like draft
true.
shaft. We're always gonna have draft shaft.
Yeah. I think, oh man, dude, I can't wait to see like if they actually push like, because I remember someone was asking about it in locals last week. I forgot to mention to you is that the idea of a Poro deck seems pretty funny.
We did have one card printed in Origins that supports the Poro archetype.
Yeah, Poro Herder, right?
Poro Herder.
But then there was also one thing. I actually saw a list that did pretty well at a regional. Not regional, at locals that was getting like really popular was all Poro's Ivan. So you seen that list? Where they don't even like try to do the
Because honestly, Ivan doesn't really care about all the creature types unless you're playing yellow Ivan.
That's what I'm saying. Like people.
So they just go like, fuck it. No yellow Ivan, no Daisy, boom.
Yeah, but what they do is, I think they're still on Daisy, but they just played the most efficient units of the tribes. So like the frisky hunter, the cat that makes a bird. Sure. They just avoid all the bird stuff, by the way.
That's pretty cool. It's like a neat, it's just, build your own tribal deck.
Yeah, but it's basically just like a tribal deck that doesn't have the yellow payoff because the yellow payoff is kind of bullshit anyway. Yeah. Let's be honest. Like the green Ivan is like I'm not gonna like argue with you like because you have to agree with me. Like green Ivan is the better Ivan.
No, 100%. Yeah. I don't think there's a question. But cool. All right, what's your next idea?
Okay, my next one is something that I would like, that I'm going to nab the idea from Legends of Runeterra. I want to see more of a fearsome minus might mechanic. I want to see that be more focused on. In Legends of Runeterra, there was a keyword called fearsome that like said that units with 3 or less might can't block it. So the idea is that like their units are like really small, but they could swing really efficiently. And then as well, there was decks that like gave your units fearsome and minus their might, for example. Ooh. So the idea is like, basically what I'm trying to say is I want to play around with the might a little bit. There was like a cool example where Nasus, he had fearsome in the game and he gave all of your units, the enemy units, -1 attack. And then when he leveled up, he gave -2 attack.
That's pretty cool.
So he makes it like really hard for your units to block. But then and then when they could block, oh look, they don't deal as much damage to Nasus.
That's pretty cool.
Nocturne, he like sped. He was like a speedy aggro deck with fearsome. Like the whole deck was like when you swing on fearsome units and stuff like that. I think like playing with the might thing beyond just like killing the unit, I think would be really interesting, especially because it gives
some kind of like flying, some kind of unblockable.
Not just like for like swinging stuff like that, but I think it's more like playing around with the effect of minusing might beyond just killing a unit. I think could be quite cool.
I agree.
Like imagine like what's it called? Like if we use the fearsome word for a second, imagine like a unit that was like if what's it called? If your opponent, like let's say when I swing, if your opponent has less might than me, draw a card, or if it's fearsome, I draw a card. Do you know what I mean? Something like that.
See, I feel like that's a bit weird because if you make it too generic,
you have to
it's gonna be like
super strong, yeah.
It's because you're like not only are you winning the combat, but you're also getting a stupid bonus on top, which is like you're already winning the combat. We don't need another Draven. But also, it's kind of like unless you make it kind of like worth doing anything. If you're already winning a combat, you don't need to negative might anyone.
Yeah.
And if you do need to negative might anyone, the reward is that you're winning a combat. It's just a bit weird.
You have to like...
You have to execute it in a way where it's interesting and like it makes the game different.
Yeah. Like what would you like push for it then? Like, because I'm trying to think like of ideas. Because the idea...
I like the idea of like say you have this unit that's like units with less might than me or like 3 might less than 3 don't deal damage to me, and then
So vile more text.
Kinda.
Yeah. But
Kinda, but like text. Smaller.
Yeah.
With more counterplay. Valamor's a bit splashy. You want something smaller than Valamor text.
It's weird.
And it's like, but the thing is, then you kind of your unit wouldn't be big enough to just kill the whole battlefield. So you would have to have some kind of text like, if at the end of the showdown there are enemy units still remaining because you didn't kill them or because they didn't trade off, they get bounced back to base and they get recalled instead of you.
Yeah, I feel like personally, what I could like, it could really cool to see like minusing the might but not killing the unit, but getting a payoff for doing that. Like a card that said like when a unit's might is reduced for the first time each turn, draw a card, or when I reduce the might of a unit, I make like a token or something. Like basically the idea of like, I like the idea of playing like Frigid Touch and like smoke screen effects, but like not going for like, oh, I just have Bellows Breath or Falling Star. Do you know what I mean? I think that'd be quite interesting.
Guys, we did it. We broke Watcher, Thousand Tail Watcher.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I don't know. I feel like
we can't have it on blue, even though that's the only color with minus.
But I don't know. I feel like I feel like the minusing might thing could be pretty interesting. Like, because like I feel like at this point now, I want to see some like wacky stuff that I've not seen in other TCGs. And like besides the combat applications of like caring about minusing might, I want to see it outside of combat. Because I feel like combat is, even though it's an important part of Riftbound, I would like to see in general just more outside of combat strategies and synergies and stuff like that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, if you want unique to Riftbound game mechanics, I got an idea for you.
Yeah.
I think the direction that the game design went with Ivern in creating battlefields and changing how battlefields play was really interesting. The deck is shit. But
we're just really talking on Ivan like it's this week.
But I think it's really just a matter of twisting the dials a bit, making the payoffs and the effects and the costs a bit more managed.
More efficient or more payoff, right? Is that what you're
Yeah, exactly. So I'm thinking, what if there was a unit like deep cut in the League of Legends champion pool, but what if there was a unit like Skarner?
Yeah.
Old Skarner, I don't know if you ever saw him, but he used to have these pillars in the thing.
The crystal pillars.
The crystals, and you like had to take over areas of the map. So let's say a character like Skarner, he also changes battlefields, but rather than it being like a battlefield token or like just different effects, how about he like corrupts existing battlefields with a legend or with a character so that you add like counters to battlefields or tokens to battlefields.
Ooh.
Complexity creep to the hell. I know, this is going to make the game so chunky.
No, it could be.
But I think the idea of like adjusting battlefields rather than just completely like changing them.
Yeah, that'd be quite cool. I like it could be pretty simple. Like for Skada, for example, I figured like you could do a cool thing where you what's it called? You put like an objective counter or like a token on the battlefield, and then when you're there, you get something, and then like it plays around the idea of being at specific battlefields and playing around that. That'd be like
the only thing I could think about is how do you make this different from like Conquer and Hold effects?
No, so like you like the.
I guess the only way to do it is by making it symmetrical.
It is power creeping, but what you could do is make it the mechanic of kind of similar to Ivan, but like the idea of like you get to pick where the objective like goes, and then you have to play around that objective.
You can plan for it better.
Yeah, exactly. Like the idea of like not just like when I swing with my bird, I win. Okay, look, all my stuff gets better, so it's better for hold. Maybe it's like Skarner, ETB, put a crystal on a battlefield, and then while I'm at that battlefield, he gets +2.
Yeah, I like the idea of putting counters and tokens on battlefields.
Yeah. So like adding an extra objective. I was just thinking in the idea of like the one that stands for me. I'm sorry you didn't pick it up was Jarvan the 4th. Jarvan would be so cool. Can you imagine like he just slams in stuff?
Slams it down and says, it kind of creates the Valamor layers effect. Units can't move from here.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you can come in, you just can't get out.
So you're saying like playing around with battlefields could be a cool idea?
Playing around with battlefields mechanics. So what other characters could do this? I think a character I would really love to get in the game, and it would probably be my new main. I want to get Kiana in because she cares about like terrains and that kind of thing. So she could have that kind of thing where she like bringing on, I don't know, she probably would do some bullshit with like 3 colors, but like something to do with like different kinds of battlefields and effects and that kind of thing.
I'm trying to think like who really messes around with terrain like that well. Like
Cassante
does, yeah. Like what's it called? The one I was thinking about, but he's already in the game, is Akshan. But like he doesn't. I'm trying to think of like, I think Skarner's like the closest one, but that's like OG Skarner where you like actually put like something on.
I mean, we could have like the elemental drakes. Like they wouldn't be legends, but they could be like a general effect that you could put in.
Oh yeah, I just realized we didn't get the elements.
Old Chemtech Drake, where it would put the fucking smoke screen around the map.
But no, I think like
put an augment on the fucking battlefield that says units here have hexproof.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. Oh, that'd be sick, actually, like augmenting battlefields.
Yeah.
That'd be quite cool, because I feel like we do have a few battlefields already in the game that incentivize being in that specific area. So, like, for example, big ones I remember are, like, Paper Tree. There's one that can't give, like, you can't get points till turn 3.
Yeah.
To kind of aggro.
The one that says you have to channel a rune after you conquer it.
And I think, like, you have to balance it, like, really weirdly, but you have to, like...
Yeah.
But I like the idea
You
of...
have to make it symmetrical, and if there's a clear, simple way to break the symmetry, I think the whole plan just kind of goes to shit.
No, I think... But I feel that's a cool thing, because that's, like...
But yeah, you should be able to break the symmetry. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm saying you shouldn't do it, like, easily.
Yeah, oh, yeah. But I feel like...
You should have risk and reward.
Yeah. And I feel like that adds, like, a level of complexity, which I think... Even though I think you said it was a downside, I think it's actually a pretty cool one.
I'm just thinking more in terms of like pro play, like the display of it, like the visualization of it. Like for example, in Mythic, our tables are kind of small and barely have any space.
Bro, like people were putting buff tokens in sleeves and not using dice. Like like the visual identity of this game is cursed.
All I'm saying is, imagine you had the Darius that went like rally the troops plus the 3-drop guy that makes tokens plus this augment on the battlefield is like
but yeah, I think it'd be quite cool. Like what's that called? I like the idea of just adjusting battlefields, giving like keywords and stuff. Like maybe like I like the idea of like like the river in LOL in League. You can like create a river in between a battlefield for a turn or something. They can gank over for like a turn. Do you know what I mean? Like or something like.
But like all these mechanics, if you think about it, what's stopping it from just being like, this character says give a unit ganking when this happens.
True, but I feel like adding it to the battlefield adds like a cool layer, because now your opponent
once per turn you can gank a unit from here.
Yeah, well, I think it's quite cool because it gives both you and the opponent the ability to play around it, and two, like a cool decision for both players. Like, do I just double down my defense on this battlefield? Do I build my deck in a way where I only want to conquer that all the time? And your opponent has to think, okay, should I go for an easy point, or should I push for the contest on that point? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, should I waste my resources? I think that's a really cool idea. I like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
I came up with it on the spot. I've never thought about this before. I'm so talented. Riot, hire me.
Riot. This is our big application for Riot to hire us, because for example, you do music and I do game design. Yeah. So like this is our pitch. Riot, please hire us.
Anyway, take it away with the next point.
So this one is more of a mechanic. I find one of mechanics. The other two I won't aren't mechanic based, but whatever. This one is a try-to strategy personally that I love in all TCGs, and I try to look for all the time. And I want to see it in Riftbound so badly. It's self-discard. I want to see self-discard besides Jink do well. Like just self-discard in general. I think there's so many cool applications. There's some cool power level thing you can do with it.
Monument to Endurance, Magic reference.
Yeah, and I feel like Jinx's mechanic of... I think Jinx's mechanic was good, but it needs to be expanded or shown off more some way more.
In my opinion, this would be really easy. Like I said, put Monument to Endurance in Riftbound. There's no reason why it shouldn't work. Yeah. It's just this legend / unit / champion / gear says, first time you discard, do this effect. Second time you discard, do this effect.
Yeah,
it would be pretty cool. And that format of card, while it can be a bit strong, it's always fun. And it's always really oh, this is really cool.
Yeah.
And I agree.
I think really I'm going to lean on quite a bit of Legendary Terror, because for context, I played that game from release till basically the end of its life cycle, and you never touched it. I
never touched it, surprisingly, even though
they had a really cool there was a really not broken, but it was a really cool Rumble Scion deck, where basically Rumble, he made you discard cards to gain different keywords like hexproof and first strike and stuff like that. But and then Scion, when you discarded him, he'll go back into your hand. And then give stats to his unit.
Dude, you're literally just describing fucking
Legendaries.
No, vintage bizarre decks.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm gonna discard a Squee and a Lord of the Dead.
Yeah.
Return them
but
to my
I feel
hand.
but I don't know, I feel like the Jinx players should get some more love, and I feel like the discard mechanic could be pretty interesting. I just don't know what the outlet would be.
Unpopular opinion, scrap the whole Jinx deck, make a new legend, make it better.
I think it should be Twisted Fate. Twisted Fate, because
I think it's just cheating saying Twisted Fate, because this is the guy cares about cards. Of course you're gonna
but the idea is I feel like Twisted Fate should play around the idea, if he ever was a legend, he should play around the idea of discarding moving cards around. Not just
he's shuffling
them around. Sleight of hand. Basically he's not not just playing the cards out, but actually like discarding them, drawing them, stuff like that. I think that should be like the hit. Like that'd be
pretty cool.
That actually be sick. Actually,
put some Hueys in there. Ain't no Hui.
Yeah, no. And then like, if they ever do, would he? Well, the real question is, would he be the first tri-legend? Would they make him the first tri-legend?
You're jumping ahead.
No. But would he though? I want to hear your thought on that.
I think that there's a few champions that I could think about that would fit the cycle of tri-legends. I was gonna get to this later. That would be one of my later points.
we can skip to it now. Go on.
Yeah. For example, so other than Twist of Fate, who literally has 3 colors in his fucking text as well as purple, the obvious. So he'd be the 4 fucking. Anyway, the obvious one for me is Kiana again because she's got 3 elements. I mean, and you could even say that she would.
When did she use 3 elements in game though?
You could just be like, so her main one is orange because we already have orange. That's rock, just like in game. Then you just add blue and green. Boom. Grass and ice. That's it. That's it.
I like that you just like ignored the fact that like the colors don't even mean like that. You just made it the elements. I think that's good.
I don't care what the fucking. I don't know if she's calm or like mindful. She doesn't need to be. She has colors that relate to elements.
Yeah, but I feel like the tri-color would be so busted though, depending on the color, the combo.
You would need to make the mana system weird. 100%. Like 3 colors, just like way better than anything else.
No, because like, for context, right, is that like, correct me if I'm wrong, but there was a period of time where in Riftbound, I don't know if it's like this now, where it was kind of just play good stuff to the deck. Like, right, and I don't know if it's like that now. I think it's a bit more towards...
it's a bit more synergistic now.
There's way more synergistic. Yeah, it actually is way more synergistic. It's not just play good stuff. It's not like Draven anymore. Like Draven, for example.
I feel like the mid-range decks are kind of taking a piss.
Yeah, but the idea... But what I'm thinking is that, like, if for example, if we did get a Tricolor Legend, it would have to, like... It would... Forcing the, like, just the free... All the best cards off, I don't think would work at that anymore. Because I think now, like, you'd have to have way more of a synergy towards it, which is why, like...
Or too much of a downside.
No, I don't think...
Where you have to, like, play specific cards with specific effects to get that.
I'm going to get a bit controversial, but I don't think there's a The downside is just playing free color. But I think...
That's not a downside, that's an upside.
No, I think it is, because, like, your rune ratio would be so cursed. Like, it's not, like...
Here's how this is the simplest way you play around it. You ignore cards with a lot of power costs, and you focus on cards that don't cost power, and only play runes of the cards that you need that have a power cost.
Okay, but then, like, what's it called? You're missing out on, like, some high-end powerful cards.
Guess what? So is the other 2 color decks.
Yeah, but, like...
So you're just better by default. You could just play Kai'Sa with no red runes, you know? You could play a Vex with no purple runes. Like, what are we talking about here?
No, but then you like, for example, with Vex, you lose, like, Existential Dread, bro. Like, the actual good card.
Okay.
And
next card that I think would be really cool 3-color would be Hui. Because he's also, like, 3...
Hui makes sense. I like Hui.
Hui, because he has, like, 3
I don't think he
elements.
would be, though. If Hui was a legend, he'd be, like, the most blue-purple legend of all time. Like,
he doesn't need to be purple. Just because his first champion was purple. He could be other stuff.
Simply because of the I'm just doing it purely because of the fact that of his gameplay, like the gameplay of blue purple right now, which is the spell slinger. Like, I don't think.
But this is assuming that his legend would play exactly the same as his champion. His champion could be like the first champion we got, the one in this set. It could be completely like its own thing, and the legend plays completely different.
Because like, what would he be like? The only thing I could think of, he'd be like blue red. That'd be quite cool.
But if he's 3 colors, he could be like blue, red, green, or purple or something. What would Grixis?
Yeah, I'm trying to think actually. What would be the most strongest color combination? It's blue, purple, and then another color. Would it be red? No, it'd be green. No, it'd be green. No, it'd be blue, purple, green. It'd be blue, purple, green. Because
what does blue offer that's strong?
Late game, you get Fowls and Tail, you get card draw, and you get interaction. Like you get
card draw is a bit.
You get but you get interaction. You get really strong interaction.
The interaction is all like on par with other colors, other than unless I'm forgetting something, because you have damage spells and minus.
Well, like that's what I'm saying. Is like if you're playing blue-red, getting purple just gives you access to stronger interaction and stronger spell.
Yeah, because I don't think the call to it should be interaction. It should be like winning and should be like power.
Yeah, but killing their units is winning.
No.
Yeah. Have you seen Ezreal Diana right now? You would 100% agree with me on that point. Yeah, just because Sammy, you played against 2 Elder Dragon decks doesn't mean that the other decks don't exist.
I actually think orange is in a really strong point. I was gonna say this for the hot takes episode, but orange is like really fucking good. So
Well,
I think,
right now.
yeah, so I think orange.
I think
would
orange,
give,
right? Like,
some pretty good.
Are we
tools to blue
ignoring?
purple.
Are we just saying that because Elder Dragon? And
No. Like disregarding the rest, it's like I think that it just has a lot of tools.
I don't agree with that. Well, it has a lot. Okay, are you saying I can agree with you? Agree with you on the fact that it has very specific counters like Riposte and Unyielding Spirit, and
I think that color is kind of experiencing a purpleization of it, where it's just kind of getting everything. It's getting card draw with like units, like Nidalee, Kinku Monk, etc. It's getting movement shit. It's getting movement shit with Wallop and the First Mate. It's getting power enhancers like Punch Fist, equipment that are really good. It's getting Ramp, Bone Shiver.
First off, it's not getting anything because other than
It's been already
other than Kicking Monk and Nidalee, you named no new cards.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Second of all,
it's just very flexible.
I think I agree with you that it's a very flexible color. Oh, albeit I think it's very flexible.
And it has Ramp, which is
I think it's flexible
good.
in the unit department, which is like it's flexible in the sense that its units have a good range, and its range is either like you can go leaning towards the card draw or interaction or protection or like aggro nature.
Well, I mean, protection is one thing I think that color lacks. Other than the protection spells,
me though, like from my experience, I feel like besides like the all-star cards, everything else about that color is jank. There's no like, there's not like like I'm just comparing it to like purple and stuff, where like purple has like. Purple being the best.
Yeah, it doesn't have as many good colors.
Yeah, purple is the best color.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that orange is like. I'm not saying like trying to dispute that or anything. But my point is basically comparing the two. It's not like okay when I'm playing orange, It's not like I don't want to play this card for this card. It's like no, I just played this. Do I want this effect? Yes, I played this card then.
I just think that it has a lot of options. And
true.
I mean, I think
But
that's
then,
a bit of a strength of Riftbound. It's not like Magic where each color has the specific thing that it's good at. In Riftbound, kind of all colors are good at everything.
No, I don't agree.
Some are better than others at some things. But
No,
like,
I think
every color has card draw. Every color has might. Every color has like.
But I think you're wrong though because I feel like specific colors are good at specific things, and I think that like it's just not conventional compared to other TCGs. For example, green is very good at protection from the hand. It's very good at protecting its units and protecting its spells from based on the hand. What I mean by this is like, for example, protecting unit, we have Discipline on Guard, for example. and then we have a bunch of buff effects as well in the color. And then it'll protect a spell. Okay, we have Defy not so fast at a Winter Wall. And then I can't remember the other.
The only thing is that the rest of the units are kind of jank.
Yeah, but that's my point. But then like the units are fine, like they're okay, they're not great. But like the idea is that okay, the cards protect for the hands. Whereas like for example like orange, for example, they have like things like bad examples, but they have things like Hex Drinker, like protect on board, or like and they have cards that utilize the board state really well, like Nidalee or Rengar. Or what's it called? First Mate. Cards that actually utilize things on the board state rather than like just, I have it in my hand, it works. I need to have a bit of orange is like I prepare my units. Like it's just like look at the archetypes of decks and you can like see quite clearly what each color gives that deck. That's how I view it. And I think it's just like it's sort of just like trying to like, red is aggro and blue is control. It's not just.
I still think that orange is getting a lot of like options.
I think
it's a very versatile color.
I don't think it's that versatile, bro. I don't think it's that versatile.
What do you think it's missing then?
I think it's missing. I think it's missing a bit more of hand
sabotage.
Yeah, but that's not hand protection. That's hand hate.
Repulse, unyielding spirit.
Those are very specific.
No, they're very generic.
Unyielding spirit. No, it's not. Unyielding spirit is not.
Unyielding spirit is not it's not generic. You bring it in for specific matchups. Bro, repulse is like you can easily run 3 of it as like a defy or like a not so fast.
Nah, I feel like because for example you can't.
There are obviously going to be spells where it misses.
Yeah.
Unlike not so fast.
And defy.
But like repulse is already like.
Repulse is good.
It's a very good card and it's very flexible.
I don't know. It's just like to me, it's like I feel like orange, like from my experience.
The only thing I think orange is kind of missing is a bit of speed. I think it's a bit grindy, a bit slow.
Yeah, I think to me, it's like from my experience in the game is I feel like orange is very good with its units. It's very good with its like on.
It's very good at being on board.
It's very good on board. It's very good on tempo. But then besides that, it's not.
Shove everything on board. Fuck my hand.
Yeah, it's also to be fair. The big thing is that it's also missing card draw. Like that's the big one.
Even then, I feel like the card draw has been greatly improved with stuff like Nidalee and Help me out, Kinku Monk, and like
That's it. Those are the only two, and they're not even like that consistent.
Oh, dude, I swear there was something else. No, maybe
No,
not.
there isn't.
Maybe not.
Because everything else in orange right now is supported by a secondary color, like orange purple. Like, that's the big
Orange
one.
green is so good.
But like I just from my experience that orange, like outside of Aurora decks, they are very much just on board and just like I'm gonna overrun you with 20 might and just like hit you in like a truck.
I like having camel. Anyway, let's go back on topic. What's the next card you want to talk about? Or was it me? No, it was you.
No, because you said I said tricolor, then we leaded to you.
Yeah, and then I went more into
because you said Hawaii and Kiana, and I said Twisted Fate. I think Twisted Fate's obviously going.
Then we ended up having a bit of a color theory lesson.
Oh, can you imagine? Oh my god, can you imagine? Like as a little side note, can you imagine how funny it would be to have the current Twisted Fate legend or champion unit in your legend zone?
That would be kind of fire.
No, and then you swing and you just have no idea where you're at. It could be anything.
It could be anything. I like the idea of making some kind of wild card, not very competitive, but like a wild card colored legend where it's like you can have the champion like Twisted Fate, and your legend itself doesn't like lean you into a specific color.
Oh,
but you just gotta like I don't know, just gambling.
Yeah.
Obviously, you could rig it, and then it's kind of like less fun. So do something that makes it uncompetitive.
Well,
do something that makes it random, basically.
Well, like what random is in the runes, or random is in what?
Whatever it could be. I don't know.
I think I like the idea of having because they did this in they saw this issue in One Piece with the whole legend thing, and in draft where they have like you can pick a 5-color Luffy. That's just stats. It's no text, but you can have all 5 colors. You can like draft over. Right. I think they could. Can you imagine like a legend that does that? That just says like pick a color and that could be your and then any chosen champion.
Any color.
Like imagine
Aurelian Soul, just because he's like God in this universe.
No, I would do something like Yumi. Like if she was a legend, she'd be like green as her primary color, but then you can add any secondary color in any champion unit because she's riding the champion unit.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. Can you imagine that?
I like that.
I have Yumi and Twisted Fate. I have Yumi and
It's kind of like background and partner. It's kind of like choose a background and partner. Yeah.
Oh, would that be good in Riftbound?
See, the only thing I think that's bad in this sense is like we saw in Magic. Basically, partner just became the best possible thing you could do in Commander if you're just trying to win. And like I'm thinking, if you can just add more colors, your deck will just be by default stronger. So I think you need to make something either a different format where this kind of thing is allowed, or just make it like uncompetitive. Like I had the idea, like yes, let's do 4-color and 3-color and like etc. legends, but only for this specific format. Well, yes, in that format it will be the best thing to do, but you could still run the 2-color ones. It would just be like less good.
Yeah.
Ooh, but this is.
Can I quickly ask you a question? How do you think they're gonna address the like? Because this is a topic that came out a while ago when Veneto got announced. Was how do you think they're gonna address the purple-yellow infinite combo?
Oh yeah, they're just gonna ban it. Do you
think they're gonna just ban it?
Yeah, just pre-ban it. Like no one plays with the purple card. Fucking get rid of it.
Can you imagine if they don't like? I'm imagining a world where they decide they're not gonna ban it, and then they just decide
it's gonna be a copycat situation. Back in the day, Magic Storytime, there was a combo that they printed into one set where Saheeli Rai just went infinite with Felidar Guardian, and they just didn't see it, and they were like, "Okay, thanks for pointing it out, community. We're not gonna ban it though." And then for a whole month straight, the format was unplayable. So they're like, "We were wrong. We're banning it."
But like,
that's literally what's gonna happen.
They must see it though.
They know. We've been telling them. They know. Yeah. They know. But don't worry. It's not a question of if they know or not.
But the real question is though, is it like, because is that combo efficient enough? Because it currently if I'm not mistaken,
like a turn 3, turn 4 win the game, or like create infinite units.
Its own because so explain the combo for those who don't know. You need the equipment that has when you equip to a unit, when the unit moves, I have the herald. When it moves, you make a 1 recruit, and then you need I can't remember the purple unit.
I don't know the name.
We don't know the name, but she says whenever a unit moves from my location, she can move with that unit. So what you do is you move the you equip either herald to her, you move her up to a battlefield and conquer, and then you get a 1 recruit. You move the recruit back, and then she moves back with the recruit.
Stealthy Pursuer. That's
the card. But because the recruit comes in tapped, you need an untap effect. So what they're saying is if you go yellow, because you need yellow for the eye anyway, you could get Renata Glask, because then she says your tokens enter already. And my point.
So this would result in basically as many 1/1s.
You have infinite number. You have
in base and in battlefields.
Yeah, you have infinite number of recruits at a battlefield and at base.
Finally, we know what beats Elder Dragon.
But here's the thing. here's the thing that I'm trying to think about is, like, to like nudge is that, do we need to ban this combo?
Yes.
Do we? Because like
stupid.
It's because you can't do it turn 2, and you can't do it turn. The earliest you can do it is turn 3.
I think the fact that you think turn 2 is and turn 3 is an acceptable amount for a combo to be.
But you need all 3 cards, and all those cards are unplayable. But like,
I still think it would be very good. There's very good card draw in the game. There's very good card selection. You're basically just doing Aurora, but rather than getting a unit that's very strong and like needing to run ramp cards, you're just running the thing that wins you the game on the spot.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is like Aurora's already doing it, and they're like way jankier than this compared to it.
Bad though. We need those Renard Glass purchases.
Oh my god, Aurora is so bad when you don't have Elder Dragon in your deck. It's the same concept. It doesn't matter how bad the card is individually. All you need is to combo it with the other cards.
No. But hear me out.
Plus, the deck is only 40 cards. It's not like digging for them is that hard.
Yeah, true. I think I remember some guy actually complained about that to me. He said that was the problem with Riftbound.
I mean, it's the same thing with Yu-Gi-Oh! But the thing Yu-Gi-Oh! Has is that you don't draw cards in that game. Like, very rarely you have effects that draw cards, and you don't mulligan. In Riftbound, finding pieces is very easy, so I think any infinite combo is, if like, you put at least for the first few years, it needs to know exists.
I feel like if you put 3 ofs in your deck, and or if you're playing purple, then the card is seeable, but if you're not in that, then...
Yeah, the problem is that this combo is in purple. So
this combo is purple.
Yeah, exactly. So
it is.
Yeah, so we can't be doing this because purple just sees too many cards.
I think this combo could be fine. Nah.
Here's what I want in Riftbound: an infinite combo that wins on turn 4.
Yeah. Oh, if only. If only. Okay, my next one is like kind of like attached to my next 2 is basically I kind of want to see specific characters in the game, and I think that'd be just quite fun to talk about.
I like that too.
Yeah, the character one of the ones I want to see for pure gameplay. Oh, I was trying to think, like, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head what he was.
Tom Kench?
No, because that's a character I like. Okay. I'm trying to think of one that could be fun for pure gameplay, because I feel like there's a bunch of units or like legends in the game that I think would be really cool.
I think one that I would really like while you think about yours is Kale, because I think she could be kind of like Master Yi, where she cares about XP and leveling up and ramping up, but you can make her in colors that actually like are just better, and you get like for the ramping up playstyle, and you can make her be just like, I'm gonna be really weak early game, but late game you can't beat me. I think that would be really cool, which is kind of cringe. We don't like inevitability in this game, but we already got LeBlanc and MF and Sivir, so like who cares?
I think the one I actually unironically want to see for gameplay, because it could lean into what we were saying earlier, is Nunu and Willemp. That's one that I think could be really fun. Number one, purely one, the Champions aesthetic is really cool.
Yes, I agree.
One of the most popular legends.
My god, you could put Nunu or Willemp in the Champion Zone.
That'd be sick. But 2, I think there's so much play around and mechanically. Like, you could do things with snowballs. I remember seeing some people just...
I'm snowballing the game.
Yeah.
The longer I stay on a battlefield, the more I win.
I remember someone saying that they make snowball tokens. Someone like put that online once, which I thought was pretty... But I think it'd be quite cool. You could play around the snowball idea. You could play around the fact that he moves really fast and that he can heal very quickly, stuff like that. You could also play around the fact that, like, he's 2 characters. So you could play with the idea, like, you actually, like... Oh,
guys,
no!
if I Death Knell cut this card in half with a pair of scissors...
No, Oh, no, that could be, like, a cool... Like, I'm reminded of Magic's mounting mechanic.
Oh.
And you do mount... Oh, because you could do things like the Boar Sejuani rides or Skull and Kled.
Oh, my god, this is a whole different idea.
Yeah, you keep 2 units...
Rideable mount.
Rideable unit!
Kled, Sedge, Quinn to a certain extent.
Oh, that'd be actually quite cool. Units that are also equipments. That's the idea.
Now we're cooking. Fucking reconfigure for Magic the Gathering. Let's go.
Units
Dude, this Chungus Magic game has done everything. It's almost like the game's 30 years old.
Yeah, units that are... Because, that might make the units... You have to make the units very specific to specific... Like, they have to be, like, chosen champion units. Like, Nunu would have to be, like, a chosen champion.
Signature units.
Yeah, no, signature unit. That's it, sorry. Yeah. There'd be signature units. Like, Kled, Sejuani's Boar, and, like, Willemp. You'd have to make them...
I'm trying to remember what Sejuani's Boar is called.
No one knows. Like,
I play Sejuani and she says his name. I'm just forgetting.
Go Pig! Is that what
Go Pig!
Said? Go Pig, go! But I'm thinking... No, but, like, the idea is that, like, they're more flexible. Like they're more flexible equipment because they could just be units on their own. They could just swing.
Yep.
And then you can attach them to a unit and then have like the benefits of being equipment.
Like for example, it says like 3 drop 2 might gives a unit plus 2 might, but then it has like ganking and when you attach raiding me or something.
Yeah, but then it does make removal on the thing that you mount or like it equips to very strong, really bad because
really bad because it's a like 1 for 2.
Yeah, you lose 1 unit, but then the amount would still be there.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm just imagining the idea. Like, I think the funniest one making Skull like 1 might and making it unkillable, or 0 might and unkillable. But then like when Kled's mounted, or when Kled's equipped, he gets like a bonus.
Big bonus.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cool design space we could take this. Like Quinn is just like while you have the bird equipped, whenever you conquer you ready and you have ganking and you can just move around everywhere.
Yeah.
I think Quinn would 100% have to be purple just for the movement shenanigans.
Because she's true. I personally could see her in like orange yellow because she's like just because
but that's just Demacia.
Yeah,
like you think of Fiora and it's like think of Garen.
No.
I think they just made Demacia yellow.
Yeah, orange. They made Demacia yellow orange. Let's be real. Yeah. But no, I'm thinking the mounting idea. I like that more. I'm gonna change my idea to like the mounting idea because I feel
mounting is cool.
Because I think because I feel like it like expands equipment because then what you could do is push the power level of equipment. Because, like, let's be real, the
only upside that equipments have over this, which is a very significant upside, is that equipments are gear, and gear is harder to remove.
Yeah.
And units are just like, if they're ever not equipped, or even if they are equipped, then you just have some kind of like smite effect where if it's attached, kill the mouse. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be a really cool balancing thing because
they would put it in the game and it would be kind of like a smite situation where it's a bad card, but you have to play it if the effect is good.
Yeah, no, or like the idea, like what I was thinking is that it's a good counterplay because then now you can make, hello cat.
My cat just came in and she opened the door and she just didn't close it.
Yeah.
She's just letting all the heat in. We're boiling already.
No, what I'm saying is, no, it's cold. Leave it open. No, but what I was going to say is, if they're equipped, they're still units, even though they're equipped to units. So the idea is that you could rebuke an equipment or something like that.
So we have Nunu, Sedge, Kled, Quinn.
Skull, Quinn. What else is there?
It's Kled. Who
else rides somebody?
You could argue Rel has a horse.
You could do that, yeah.
You could. It's not like a character. It's not like its own.
No, but doesn't she wear the horse though? I swear she
wears the horse.
It's like.
But that fits better with your equipment.
Yeah, it's like like it's an armor or something.
Yeah,
that's kind of fun.
So that's 5. 5 is good.
5 is good.
Gets a spread.
I'm trying to think who else has who else rides a thing.
Who else rides a thing?
I don't think anyone else rides a thing. If I'm not mistaken.
We're forgetting someone.
No, we're definitely not. Google it. Search it up. Who is riding in League of Legends?
Mounted Champions League.
Because I think equipment units would be really cool. I think equipped units.
It's in the official League wiki. Corky kind of has a mount. He's in a Rumble is in a mech suit. Yeah, Yumi is mounting a champion. Yumi is the equipment.
Yumi is mounting.
She's the generic one.
Yeah. I can't believe they actually made
Oh, wait. Technically, her companion is the book.
Oh, shut up.
That technically is her mount.
What is this wiki?
She talks to the book.
What's the other ones?
One of Heimerdinger's inventions, Corky's plane. And that's it. It's Corky, Skarl, Nunu, Rel, Rumble, Sedge, Yumi.
Rumble? Or Sedge? Oh, Sejuani, yeah. It's like really...
She rides Bristle.
Bristle, that's his name.
Also, they didn't include Quinn, but I would include Quinn in this because she literally rides around.
She doesn't ride the bird.
She uses her bird to ride around.
No, but she doesn't...
She hangs off her bird. That is literally how the bird is mounting her.
So Quinn's the equipment.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't say that. That sounds really, really bad.
But there you go. That is the next mechanic incoming in 2028.
Equipable units.
2028 mechanic. It's going to call... I forgot the name of the magic one.
Mounts.
No. What was the
Reconfigure.
Race. The race set.
Thunder Junction.
No, it's the cowboy one.
Oh,
that's the one I thought.
I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. Next one, I like...
Aether Drift.
Aether Drift.
They drifted on
Rift Adrift.
Rift Adrift. Oh, that's cursed. That's cursed.
Okay, my idea is something I'm going to shamelessly steal from Reddit. I really, really, really liked that custom card that someone made of Elise.
Oh yeah, I showed you this one. Yeah.
With the aristocrat strategy, the sacrifice for value.
I'll show
strategy.
this one on screen because this one's like quite complicated.
Guys, if Nathan didn't put this in the edit, flame him in the comments.
Yeah, I'll put this in the edit.
And it's like a mechanic that works around sacrificing your own units for benefit.
Yeah.
I think this is cool. We would improve cards like Soraka. It would improve cards like Blade of the Ruined King.
Yeah.
Karthus to a certain extent.
For our audio listeners, just to help them sake, the entire archetype is around the idea that she's creating a new token, which is called Spiders, which are all Zero Might units.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea is that the tokens can be used in multiple ways. Like one of the Elises actually makes the spiders. One Elise gets assault based on the amount of spiders you have. And then the archetype either kills the spiders or pumps based on how many units you have. And the idea is like, okay, how do we abuse the fact that we have Zero Might units? Because they can still conquer, but then you need to like balance them out. So it's a really cool balancing thing, making a go wide strategy.
You would need, and it's kind of like a combo deck without a like definite win combo. It would be like you need the sacrifice outlet, the one that actually lets you sacrifice the units. You need a sacrifice payoff, something like a Karthus or something like when a unit dies, X happens.
Yeah.
And you would obviously need the producer, the thing that makes the things you're sacrificing. So I like that whole balancing act. In Magic, I don't like that archetype that much, but I think in Riftbound it would be really interesting.
I think in Riftbound it's really cool because now
the resource system is so much more intricate and so much more like restrictive.
I think you could also do a cool thing of like you could push cards to make multiple units, but they don't have a might value, because now you can make because if you made a card that like made like, I think one of the cards that you makes like 3 spiders. If you made a card that like 2 energy, like if you make a card that's 2 energy, make 3 1/1s, that card is really strong.
And
that card's really good, but because there's 0 might, they can't like conquer anything.
You can make it cheaper because it wouldn't just be the armory from.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a Vanguard armor. Yeah, they can now. We do have to remember though that the 0 might tokens can conquer.
Yeah,
if they don't have
under
units
the rules,
yeah, under the rules they can still conquer, but they do die to any damage that you throw at them.
The problem is if you have too many of them, they are very effective blockers because you still need to assign damage to them just to kill them.
It's like a balancing act, but I think it's a cool one to play around. I like the my favorite one. I remember they had a Epic. Because the designer, like very big, one of the best designers, I think, in custom Riftbound. He doesn't just make the legend and the champion units, but he also makes like the spells and all the units and spells.
The whole archetype.
He makes the whole archetype. He had like an epic that like literally like snipes a unit based on the amount of units you have in total, which was really, really cool.
Put the Elise card in the thumbnail.
I will. I'll put Elise in the thumbnail.
Pretty hype.
Yeah.
Shout out to the designer. His design idea was very cool.
I liked his like, to add on to your point, I really liked his Lulu design. Lulu is probably one of, like, a legend or champion that I really like. I actually like playing her League now.
Oh.
Because I got into playing her because I liked her as a character quite a bit.
Yeah.
He designed it really cool. He did the whole archetype is around the fact that the legend says, whenever you target a friendly unit, you give it +1, but when you target an enemy unit, you give it -1.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so the idea...
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, so the idea was basically you play around the idea that, like, you could target both your stuff and the enemy stuff, and doing the enemy stuff is like a downside, or doing your stuff is an upside. And it's like the idea like these spells are very flexible.
Finally, we made a Jay Medarda purple Irelia deck. She's probably not even in purple.
No. He made it blue-green, which makes the most
sense. No, it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
That's the supporting colors the way I see it.
I liked her a lot in Legend of Terra, and I also but I think that whole design was very cool.
Yeah.
We need to pull up his name. Like, I feel really bad not knowing. Find the name real quick. Find the name.
What's
Just do Riftbound. It's Riftbound Customs. I actually recommend everyone look at this subreddit.
It's a very fun way to spend an afternoon.
Yeah, it's a very cool sub. I think like this designer specifically, he's the best one from what I've seen.
Ooh, they made a purple. No, I am disabled. Sorry. They made an orange-yellow Ambessa, Matriarch of War. When you conquer, you may exhaust me to ready a friendly unit. That's cool. She's just fine. But the guy is called U/Trickster-chan.
U/Trickster-chan. If I'm pronouncing that right. Good job. It is
very cool. Like the art is amazing.
Yeah, very good job. Very good job on your designs.
Very good job. Ooh, sorry, I don't want this to devolve into.
No,
they made an Aurora, and I just like her. Yeah. Because I want Aurora to be added to the game.
I think I saw that one earlier, but anyway.
Yeah.
But and for my final point, I'm gonna be really selfish. I just really want to see Photo 6 in the game. Fiddlesticks is a character that I very much like, and I think you can do such a cool design of him. My immediate thought is to go make him the hidden deck, because basically I want to lean on I think it would be really cool to lean on the jump scare aspect of Fiddlesticks, and the idea of like, oh, he comes from hidden, he like he scares either units away or like weakening them to make them like frighten them. And I think I feel like after playing Pike, this is also come from the fact that I think purple red hidden is a very cool archetype.
It is,
and I think that I think it should be explored as an actual deck.
Yeah,
like I think
a dedicated strategy.
Yeah, they need to like what's it called? I will say that I personally think that Fiddlesticks should have the battle tree text on it, because I think the archetype really wants. I think from what I've seen with Katarina, if they ever push Katarina more as a hidden deck, I think that could work too. But I think that they need to push the idea that it seems like they're pushing the idea that you want to hide multiple cards there every turn. Like, you don't want to just be like, I have one card here. You need multiple, realistically, for make the deck to work. And it's a good balancing act because you need gold, realistically. Yeah. It's not like Teemo.
I think, I agree. I think it's really cool. Like, I told you before, I like the idea of something that would give you an upside if you get knocked off a battlefield while you have a hidden card.
Yeah.
So something like you can play that, keep the unit down in your base, and then just like exhaust it, and then you can move it in after you control the battlefield. So just something so that the hidden mechanic can kind of be like unpunished. I feel like the biggest weakness of it is that if you're playing against a control deck or a deck that has just good ways to clear the battlefield, you can get really punished for hiding non-units. Which is kind of the main weakness. You get 2 for 1. Which
you know what? Yeah. Oh, you know, it'd be quite cool. I think about because I'm trying to figure out a way to incorporate his Scarecrow design. Imagine that the legend said you can make Scarecrow tokens at battlefields you control. So now you can move your good units back to reconquer on next turn.
I was thinking more I was thinking the way to utilize the Scarecrow mechanic is if you have legend just says if you have a hidden card but you lose control of a battlefield, make it into a 1/1 Scarecrow, and then it's just in your base. And then you can use it to reconquer, and then you can even flip it up.
Oh, I see. That'd be kind of cool.
I like that.
I like that design quite a lot. That's really fucking like busted, but I mean,
I don't think it is.
Like your hidden cards turn into 1/1 units. That is
only if your opponent gets rid of the battlefield. But then but then it's damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah, but it turns spells into units now, technically.
Yeah, okay. It's not the best.
No, because you never do it with you because. His like
you can do it with units.
Yeah, you can do it with units. But
like at Teemo, I don't want to reveal a purple Teemo just like off the web.
How does it work though? Oh, because you can't wait, but
it would need to be balanced with something like
it wouldn't
card
work.
Gets like exhausted.
No, but it doesn't work because on my turn, if I let's say I have the Scarecrow on my turn, I can move up and then flip it in combat.
I don't. Yeah, maybe you need to do some weirdo balancing, like you can't do it during your turn or something like that.
No, because then now you're changing hidden because it gives the
okay. It's way cooler in theory.
It's
in
cool.
theory, but then in practice, it's like
But no, I think they should like Fiddlesticks. I think I personally am an advocate of like popular opinion, like unpopular opinion, but I think there should be more monster champs in League. I think like in Riftbound specifically, like I know in the next set we get Nasus Renekton, but I feel like we should get more. I remember someone like.
Rek'Sai the Queen.
I remember once someone like a long time ago made like I have to find this image as well. They put like a post saying like what the potential color and legends would be, and they said like to like have a cool color combination. They said like because there's I believe 6 of them are rivals, and then 3 of them are just normal. They're just normal, and they're saying like Fiddlesticks would be a cool one of those ones.
Yeah. But okay, yeah. I don't know what I was gonna say, but I wanted to move on to my last.
It's also because I feel like Fiddlesticks is the type of character that like is very hard to play as well. Like I want to learn how to play him, but I'm so dog shit at that game.
He's good in low elo, very very hard to play in high elo.
Yeah, but I feel like he's a very what's that called? He's a character that like people want to experience and want to like play as, but can't get the fundamentals down in League. Yeah. So I feel like that's another thing is that like separating the person from the like legend from the game gives them the ability like I can experience or enjoy this character's art and lore.
The only thing I'm afraid is that maybe Riot will be like, oh, this legend isn't popular in League, let me not make it into Riftbound. But that doesn't work because we literally have Renata. So
yeah. That's very true. I mean, that's actually a funny thing about.
Why the fuck was Renata one of the first characters they made into the game? That is so random.
No,
anyway,
it makes sense.
Let me say my last one because we are running a bit short on time. Yeah. My last thing is that I want legends that can be modal colored.
Yeah, that's a really cool.
The main one that made me think of this was Kayn, because you have blue Kayn and red Kayn in League. So obviously base would be purple because purple Kayn is already in the game. So you would be like the legend itself is kind of like you could be. It's mainly purple, but you have these two options, and you have to say, hey, declare at the start of the game you have these runes in your deck, and your deck is just the color you chose. Or even better, you make it so that it's base purple, but then you can pair it with either the blue cane or the red cane in the champion zone, and that determines the thing. So like have a legend that's one color then champions in two.
You know what
colors.
I think they would do instead with Kane? I like the Modo idea. I think the Modo idea is really cool because then you can push the power level of a champion very specifically.
Yeah.
And then you can also do a thing where like
because the playstyle changes drastically.
Yeah, you can also do the thing of like if a champion or legend, if a champion is only really designated to one color, like he really is a color, he would just be mono. Like I'm thinking like Scion would be so cool with Fury.
He's just Fury.
He's just Fury the dude. So like
Fury the man.
Yeah, having
angry dude.
And then you can you can then now push that legend and his deck so much because he doesn't have to worry about, he can't have a complementary color.
So monocolor I agree with as well.
Yeah.
Monocolor would be very good. But yeah, I wanted to like explore specifically that whole aspect of have a character that can be multiple colors.
Yeah.
But the deck isn't just two colors. You can build a deck in different ways.
Yeah, I think Kane, how I would do it.
But I would think, sorry to interrupt, but specifically I think this would work best as a, like kind of like, not, secret lair is the wrong word, but like a side product. Not a main set idea, but like a auxiliary, like extra deck product, that kind of thing.
I get your point. I think personally, I'm kind of skeptical now, looking at how Magic's done it, is how Riftbound would tackle side content.
Yeah.
I think that, like, for example, what they're doing with external products, like outside of like buying packs and booster boxes, is really good. Like I think the Proving Grounds at first wasn't good.
Terrible.
But that's like
you can't blame them. It's the first thing they ever made. So,
But then like now they've reprinted it more. It's really good.
But yeah, I was thinking the idea.
What's the quickly? Sorry for cut you off, but the dueling the Shen Z deck. They're doing those starter decks now, where you get two decks and you duel each other. So now it's I think those are really good.
That's a really good idea.
That's a really good idea.
The only struggle with this is, first, I think it would be better to do it as like a separate format so that it doesn't ruin the main constructed format, which is a problem on its own.
Yeah.
But the problem is people would be complaining nonstop, bitching and moaning nonstop if legends that are not in the main set end up becoming too broken in the game. Because then there's a availability issue, like the idea.
It was like the whole Master Annie thing that happened. Yeah.
Exactly.
So I don't think a side product would work, but I think exploring it as a set would be cool. Like having, I like the idea of I like playing around the idea of having legends that have multiple personalities or ideals, and then you choose between the two.
Make a signature spell.
No, but
only
can you
one
imagine
color.
like a double-sided legend? Like one thing with the Kane is like you have like
so cool.
Like you have like when you play, you have one side
and
be
it
Ross.
would work specifically with a legend because legends you don't put them in the main deck, so you don't need to worry about two sides like in Magic where you need to have sleeves.
Yeah.
Because legends is just outside of
legends are outside deck building. Yeah.
Anyway.
So you could be like 1 week like you put. I'm just imagining in a pack. Like imagine you have one side be Ross and one side be the blue Kane.
Yeah, Shadow Assassin.
And then you like go from there, and then you can like decide. Okay, this week. Here's my red purple version, and then I can take the blue cards out, and then you can still.
Thing is, I don't know what other characters in the game work with this other than Kane.
I don't think there's a lot, but I feel like
not a lot.
Briar would be one.
I guess, yeah.
Briar would be a cool one. Oh, like
Xin Zhao, because he could be Xin Zhao and Zehen on the other side.
Yeah, the idea of transforming legends, that'd be cool.
I like that. Transforming legends.
I like this just goes down to like we just like make up shit on the spot. The podcast.
Thank you for watching, guys. This has been Recall to Bases pitched to Riftbound to hire us. Riot Games, if you're watching, we do a very reasonable rate. We can consult for you.
We normally don't do this, but please, if you guys have any other ideas or are inspired by what we've been saying today, please leave in the comments about any ideas that you think are really cool, as well as do you agree with our points, do you disagree with our points? Just leave anything in the comments. We want to hear everyone's thoughts and opinions. But yeah,
dude, the shorts for this week are gonna go so far.
And then we'll try our best to respond to as much of them as we can. But again, thank you so much for listening, watching, and we'll see you next week. Bye bye.
See you guys.
Bye bye.